This is enough room. We scoot it there. That should leave enough room. Oh no, you were muted. Okay, all right, there we go. Okie dokie. We are in there, people. Do 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 do. I'm gonna get up. Oh, hem. Brr, 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 brr. I was so surprised, you guys. I was having such a tough time. I had like a couple clients that I got some really weird downloads about, and they turned out to be true. I felt so bad. And I was going through something personal. And then, y'all, Stephanie sent this to me, and she didn't even know because she mailed it to me before the day even happened, and she didn't even know it was going to come to me on the day I needed it most. Y'all, I ain't needed a gift. I ain't needed a present. I ain't needed nothing, child. I ain't needed nothing, child. I needed something that day. And child showed up. I'm like, what? Amazon? I didn't order anything from Amazon. So, Stevo girl, I waited to open this until I could say thank you, girl. But I'm finna put this stuff on my face, child. Okay. And what are the odds? If any of you have read the book, what are the odds that the very top package would be sake? Okay, so sake. All right, we're gonna move on. Thank you, Steph. I have already blessed these decks. I'm going to split them, but I am going to shuffle to get the card because I know it's important to some people to not see them just split and then the spread get laid out. It's like you could have somehow done something. So I'm going to make sure for those of you that need to see that happens. I'm going to introduce the video in a second. If the candle goes out, it's just because I'm trying to use these candles up. I have another one. Doppelganger. All right, that's everything. Don't forget to buy my book because it supports a small business, and I totally miss small business whatever day. So this is me. I'm a small business. I have a publishing company as well as a small coaching firm. If you're interested in supporting me or teaching people about twin flames through these kinds of ways that are not necessarily these kinds of ways, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty, that's everything I need to say. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the video. If you're here, make sure you will like the video. Okay. Welcome to ASCENT. Today we have a message concerning the divine masculine vision for reunion, their vision for their time with their divine feminine in the future, in spite of anything they might be feeling, anything they might be avoiding, any behaviors or activities they might be partaking in that say otherwise. They are moving forward. If they're on the twin flame journey, if you have a twin flame, your twin is moving forward. And there is something driving them forward, whether they realize it or not, whether they're ready or not. So what we're going to do today is we're going to find out a little bit more about this vision, in particular, what they're looking to start to build in 2022. Because for some reason, many people are noticing the change. And it's funny because me and Mr. Lightwork talk about the changes all the time, right? It's kind of what we do. We study the shifts in their energies. But it's like most of the time people don't believe us. Somehow DMs are showing up, energies are shifting, and people are going, whoa, I can finally see what you've been talking about. So knowing that, we finally have this culmination of the divine masculine collective, seeing the truth, wanting the truth. Let's get a little bit more detail into what's driving them so we can understand where we fit as the divine feminine collective. I will tell you that I was going to use a completely different set of decks. I don't know why we're using these because they're not really my most popular decks, if you will. I don't really ever get any special requests for these or anything like that. But it was very, I even thought it was a different one that would match the color scheme, but it was nope, this one. So I will tell you there is a heaviness with the divine masculine right now. And there is this seeking for the positive. And I don't know if any of you have noticed that in them. Again, and this is assuming that you can see them in some way. Oh, someone just sent us a donation. Thank you. Who was that? Does that say Gina? Someone just sent a PayPal donate. I can't see it was reverse or Venmo or something. Thank you. Okay, anyways. But it's like we need to understand. Let's just look deeper and get a better understanding of that sense they have of seeking the positive. Let's figure out why that's where they're finally going, because the truth is, I don't know about you, but I'm used to the divine masculine seeking pain, negativity, fear, seeking to prove something right or wrong, but always kind of in the negative. I'm not used to them looking to the positive. And it's even more incredible to see that for some reason the divine feminine is now, I mean, absolutely a part of the vision. In the past, I've said to you guys, even, hey, may not necessarily be about you. They may not realize that this is about a partnership or relationship, but this is absolutely divine feminine is in the picture. So first things first, what do we need to know is opening this up, accepting what is. And what is actually going to give us a lot of key information here. Okay. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Inner majesty to me says emperor, king. This person really understands who they are. This person really gets that as much as they might want to deny who the divine feminine is, as much as they might want to deny what a divine purpose for them might entail, as much as they want to deny everything is right in front of them. It's been there their whole life. It's something they've always wanted. And so what's opening up in them is this need to step into this life that they're beginning to finally accept. That card fell. We'll see. So yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by this as well, because to me it says what you didn't realize in the past, or maybe some of you did, but I think some of you who might have been really, really hurt by their inability to say, yes, I want to be with you right now, is that you took it very personally and did not realize it. When people say it's not you, it's me, your divine masculine absolutely knew that it was all them. They knew they could not accept who they were. They could not accept really anything about who the two of you were together. It was very, very challenging. What is this deep knowing they have? Wow, you got the love. Hadarian energy. I'm sure someone can tell me what that is. Remember, this tribe, this particular collective is not just, you guys ready? We're non-denominational. Is that right? We're non-spirit, what is it called when it's like Eastern versus Western astrology or something, or Vedic astrology, whatever. We're non those things. We're all, okay? We're all here. So someone can probably tell us what this means. But codependency, boundaries. Someone commented something today. It said, I can't remember now. Somebody said something. All right, so let's go back here though. Deep cellular healing. Arcturus and Hadarian. Physical and emotional healing. So interesting. This is almost as if they knew that this had to happen for both of you. For both of you. You both needed this healing. You both needed this time. And now I wonder if this is saying this is this deep knowing that they have as a part of who this inner majesty, this who I am now kind of awareness, that they know what's next. They absolutely know, because they realized that a long time ago, it could have been, was that one card? Yes, it is. They could have realized that, maybe first when they met you or when things went south or whatever, that, hey, this person, they got a lot of things in common with me, and I got a lot of things in common with them. I think I'm looking in this mirror of things I don't want to see, this mirror of truth. And this person makes me think that way, or think about those things. And it triggers me, but I really do like them. I really feel connected to them. Maybe you were supposed to have a moment apart. And then they forget and they go on with their life. Somehow they have that inner conversation of awakening, of awareness. And then they're gone. It's bleep, gone out of there. And now later, it's like, I think I remember this. I think I remember a time when, huh, I knew we needed this. I knew we would get back together. I knew. Okay. So wait, what's this? I'm being guided. I know I'm being guided. I always trust the universe, the direction of the universe, and know I'm being guided. But now they honor how they want to feel. Okay. So this is where they're starting to have more awareness. It's interesting, like even the positioning of the cards and the what's showing up underneath the energy, it's like flowing into the energy of the deck itself. Have you noticed that? Because this is the universe has your back deck. So we just finished talking here where they realize they knew something. Then we come in and it's like, I know that I'm guided, divinely guided by the universe. As long as I step in it, walk in it. And this is the, hey, the universe has your back and you know this. Divine masculine, what is it that you're trying to help us understand here? Is this some sort of message in the message, right? In the energy, like, hey, listen to me. You need to know, I know this. Soul Care, thank you for the donation. Hold on. Oh, there's one. Hold on. This is talking about the news cycle. This kind of gives me the sense of like the breaking free energy. What do we need to know here? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, guys. This is nuts. You watch me. Health. Interesting. Because the other day, I can't remember what it was though. I can't remember if it was like Mr. Lightwork, me, was it us together? Was it a personal? I just remember this coming up and being a really big energy that said the divine it was together because remember I brought up the Will Smith thing. I know exactly what this was. The divine masculine completed a cycle of choosing unhealthy and negative things, whatever that means for them. Let's see. Woo, woo. Let me see. Whoa. Okay. Jumping cycles. Whoa. And look at that. That wanted to come out. That's weird. Okay. And then last thing is the blessing. And I really, this calling of this deck is what made me realize that this had something to do with you before I even started the message. It made me say, oh, okay. This is why we couldn't use those cards because the other cards would not have given us the information we were looking for. And the imagery and messages may have been misconstrued because we're using decks that really don't fit certain things. There's for specific situations, okay, in times. I think that the message that comes through is going to really be clearer than expected because it's going to be so off. And again, on another reading, looking at a Rider-Waite card, we might have been like, oh, I know exactly what this means and been completely wrong. Whereas with this, you have to fit it to this topic of my vision for the future with my divine feminine. And I'm really intrigued to see what comes. This says, this is the blessing. This is what I want from my divine feminine. This is what I need. This is the blessing they bring to my life on a deeper level than a person, okay? Of a person. Hold on, let me see something. Wow. Look at the divine feminine. Look at the divine feminine bringing this new level of awareness and awakening. This is very interesting to me. Look at her crown. The first card starts us off telling us that the divine masculine understands their majesty and the blessing they see in you is that you're their queen. I just feel like some divine feminines cannot acknowledge the low vibration that may have become attached to their journey. And I think that it's like the people who, in my old Christian circles back in the day, okay, when I was running with the Baptists. Sounds so funny. But I could see people who'd be like, "Oh, no, no, no. We don't even acknowledge or talk about the devil around here." And it's like that's like someone robbing your house and you just going, "If I cover my eyes, you're not really here." And so I want you to be able to see where there is the negative connotation that you have, the taste in your mouth that could be. It could be with the journey itself. It could be with your DM. Some of you have dealt with this stuff and it could be just in the waiting. It could be with Divine's plan. And I think that it's so important for you to figure out where you're hurting. If you are. If there is anything in you in this journey that just seems to be tough more frequently than it probably should, seems to bring you down more than the life that you live probably should have you, then I want you to work on this, because this is what you are going to be expected to do. This is who you are. This is who they see you as. And the messages we've been getting for the past 2 weeks have pretty much been Empress, Queen. If I'm wrong, remind me of what we've seen otherwise. But Empress and Queen, strong. Queen of Wands, that is one of the most visionary queens in the bunch. So, okay. This is the blessing you leave, Divine Feminine. The blessing that you are. What is it that the Divine Masculine wants us to know? Ooh. Whoa. No. Okay, I don't want to see it. We're going to go, and I'm just going to grab, these are my personal runes. When I say that, I don't actually use them for me, but I mean, I made them like that in a way that I don't have a, what's that word? A book for them, a guidebook or anything like that. I didn't even write down the meanings. I just painted what I felt led to paint. So that's why I call them my personal runes. So let's just grab a couple stones. I'm trying to put them upside down. Here. I feel like I've literally seen every single one. Stop showing. Okay, hopefully by that. I'll definitely forget this is too long. Okay, all right, cool. So, first things first, where are we going, Divine Masculine? Oh, wait, pause. Mr. Lightwork taught me better than this. Okay, everybody, listen up. I will start this when we go. Yeah, you already see it up. Go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and like the video. I know you think that we are more than likes. I really appreciate that frame of mind you have. On YouTube, we get the respect on our name when we get likes on our video. So that is what we need you guys to do to support us. I'm going to do a great reading for you. The energy exchange I'm asking for at this point, if you feel led, is to like the video. And I really, really appreciate those of you who do this without me having to beg. And look at that, a $10 donation as I pause the reading, which I always feel bad because people always leave. Thank you so much, Kayla. I appreciate that. And look at that. Bria's out here sending the collective love and abundance. Do you receive it? I receive it, Bria. You got some good vibes too. So let me take up a little bit extra of that. Okay, let's go. Look at that. Mr. Lightwork's going to be so disappointed. I only got like 10 likes. Okay. He'd be getting like 300 likes on a video. He'll be like, I'm not going forward. Okay. What is it that we need to know about the vision for the Divine Masculine? What is it that the very first thing that comes to mind clears them forward and it's just like vision? What do they see? What do we need to know as they stand in their majesty? Wow. Mending bridges. Okay, you got to admit, for a Divine Masculine to see that this is the first requirement for their future is huge. This is huge. Y'all better like this video. See, people aren't going to watch this stuff, man, and I just feel bad. There are so many sad videos out there with thousands and thousands and thousands of views, but ones where you get messages from DM like, yo, let me talk to you about what we got to work on, what we have to do. Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. String me along, bring me in circles, but don't tell me the truth because I want to be happy and sad at the same time. Honey, Your divine masculine understands. This is giving me straight up 5 of Cups energy. Your divine masculine is in the middle of such a huge change. And right now they are clearing away everything that doesn't serve them. And those things, because they're your twin, those things are going to be things that directly impacted your joy, your ability to be happy when they were around. The next thing that they get to do is turn around and fix this. And they are so thrilled for the opportunity because this is who they're meant to be. They heal things in the 3D. You heal things in the 5D. And together, you two create this beautiful balance in your empire. Oh, Melissa, thank you. I appreciate the donation. Look at this. Savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. Now, what did I say in the beginning? Lately, we've been hearing and feeling and sensing a positive craving in the divine masculine. And now they're saying, hey, I fully embrace. Look at this. Imagine DM saying, I'm going to take a bubble bath. Now, some of your DMs might do that. No problem. Okay, I get that. But some of you are like, nah, my DM would never da 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 da. But imagine them just sitting back and enjoying a nice hot bath. It don't got to have bubbles and they don't have to have wine and candles, but just taking a moment to slow down and savor that sense of this is my body. I love myself, my temple. I'm worth this moment. That is something that divine masculines deeply struggle with. And we've got a divine masculine saying, I embrace bliss. And the first thing I need to do to embrace that, to really feel like I can savor the moment and enjoy my life, is fix what has happened and gone on between me and my counterpart. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. What do we need to understand about this sense that they have right now? See, this is the problem. Do you see what this is? See, if you over there doing the dishes or something, heating up your leftovers, you got some recipes you want? Well, I ain't got no turkey. Never mind. Anyway, look at that. I have to freaking mend the bridge because if I'm planning on coming in, if I'm planning on having a moment of showing love, of showing kindness, come on. How the heck am I supposed to come in and propose? I wouldn't believe me if I came to me with how the energy is right now and said, oh, I want to be with you forever. I'd be like, whatever. So I know I have to fix this, even if it's just from my perspective. Now, the divine masculine might not, they might be wrong. Maybe they're wrong, right? Maybe you as a divine feminine say, hey, you could come to me right now. And if you said you wanted to be with me, I would believe you. But I know there are some of you where your relationship started like that. Huh? Oh, some of y'all didn't know that? Where there were DMs who said, I want to marry you, bought rings, proposed, went so far as having engagement parties and then just disappeared. That's really some people's reality. This twin flame stuff is not just all people missing exes and stuff, guys. Some of these are husbands thinking about vow renewals when you guys were thinking separation was coming. What I'm trying to tell you is this vision the divine masculine has cannot be experienced with how things are right now, even if it's just meaning that your love is up in the air. A ring signifies a lot of things. And I know in the past, I get that the ring, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into the discussion of property and all this stuff. I want you to think about what it signifies. The thing that nowadays, not really knowing about, chattel slavery and whatnot, when people go out and they get the ring and they hear this saying, oh, it has to cost because the De Beers Diamond Company's advertising a few decades ago. Now it has to cost 3 months' salary. And they go out and they save that salary innocently because in their mind, if this is what it takes to teach you that I love you, I'll do it. Even for those of you who don't believe in that capitalist stuff, right, of getting the ring, this signifies someone saying, I know that this means this person is willing to be with me for life, to put this thing on them that says, this is mine, even if it means that. Look at that. Thank you so much, Gregor Z. I think your name's Greg. Thank you for the $20 donation. Y'all are in here giving it. Thank you. That's really sweet. So, okay. I have to mend the bridge. If not, how am I supposed to show you from the very beginning of our true relationship, our real union, that I'm serious. The first thing I need to do is let you know how committed I am. And what did I say to you? I see 5 of cups, right? I say 5 of cups. What is the 3 of cups? What's behind him? The 2 of cups is what's next. 2 of cups. That's the ring card. That's the representation. He offers her the cup with the healing and the lion, the kingdom joining to commitment. Come on. What do we need to know? Big picture. Wow. Wow. 10 of Pentacles, people. 10 of Pentacles, people. Oh, 111 likes, but 171 people watching. I need to go get Mr. Lightwork. Look at this. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life, Divine Feminine. And there is no one I would rather share that with than you. 10 of Pentacles. Cultivating prosperity. Let's read. Let's read. This lavish life, even if it's just savoring the little things and cultivating prosperity, growing it together, creating it together. Okay, what are we cultivating? A stream of abundance is ready to flow into our life, Divine Feminine, but we have to take action to receive it. And you have to believe that we deserve it. Divine Feminine, if you don't believe in me and you don't believe that I believe in us, if you don't believe that I'm doing the work, then how could I possibly be deserving of the stream of abundance that is meant to flow into our lives? I don't just need you to believe that I'm changing and growing so that you can have peace. I need you to believe that I am becoming the person I'm supposed to become so that I don't have boundaries that I did not create blocking my blessings. We have to take steps forward by planting seeds for our future prosperity. Right now, we're moving toward receiving an outpouring of money, energy, time, and love. Not just from the universe, but from each other. But the first thing that we have to do is believe we deserve it. Know we deserve it. And I have to ask you, Divine Feminine, why don't we deserve it? And if you're going to say, because I did something wrong, then you don't know me at all, because I've been working so hard. Just like people can't see you working hard when you are and you feel unseen. Don't do that to me. We have to take action in the direction of our dreams. And by you being unwilling to step forward, you're just agreeing with this idea that there is no forward. This is not the time to passively wait for prosperity to fall into our lap. We have to give deeply and fully of who we are and what we do have, even if it's not a lot. Because just like you taught me, the more you truly give, the more you will receive. It's a universal law. So as you and I both focus on gratitude for what we already have, our abundance will grow in leaps and bounds. So what you have to ask yourself now, Divine Feminine, is, are you truly open and ready for abundance to flow into your life? Even if that means I get to enjoy it too, and you don't think I've been doing the work? What if I hadn't been doing the work at all, but by grace I got to receive the abundance alongside you? Would you let me? What could we do together, separately, as individuals, to cultivate even more riches? And is there a symbol in my life, anything I could do to really prove to you that we deserve this? Is there a symbol in your life that could give you insight into what is blocking our prosperity? What is Spirit saying to you right now, Divine Feminine? Wow. Okay, Divine Masculine. I think we get it now. Whew. So, what is it that they know? Just like when the journey began and that separation period occurred and the problem started, they knew that this wasn't over. What is it that they know now, even if they're not sure, even if they're still trying to figure it out? What is it that they know on a deep level? And they want you to understand. Longing for home and homesick for the stars. And star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. This is a hunger for hidden secrets. Okay? A hunger for the deeper things. And they've known their whole life. And some of you know this because you've got DMs that are really into certain parts of history or certain, even if they're not spiritual, maybe they are interested in certain religious stuff or even relics. Some of them might be into things like Bigfoot and whatever. If they're into just the weird and the odd and the strange and the possibilities, there's a part of them that's always known they wanted to find more. But what I don't think they understood was that you could be that doorway, okay, that opened them to the beyond. What is this that we need to understand? Oh, the lamb. This is the gentleness, the sweetness of the divine feminine, the innocence of the divine feminine, the feeling of wanting to protect. But this is also the sense of going out of one's way for someone. What does this mean? Wow. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. This is incredible. You see the divine masculine finally understanding the divine feminine's depth, the energy of everything you are, the aura that kind of freaked them out a little bit when they saw you in the light. The divine masculine feels more connected to you. And it's interesting because it's almost as if by them having this 3D integration of this new 5D understanding, they can see you more clearly, like their dial is tuned in more. And there's something about your innocence and your strength that they twisted in the past. There's something about your light and your love they twisted. Everything in the past was this aversion to truth, aversion to the love, really. And now there is this craving they have to go to you and to learn all there is to know about you, even if they have to go off on their own and seek you in your pain, in your sadness. And this is interesting because I think this is where the heaviness really begins. The fact that we start off with this beautiful message of mending bridges is so exciting as the Divine Feminine Collective. Personally, I feel that way. But then at the same time, it's sad because there is this, togetherness, yet this disconnect, this feeling of not being one that is so unnerving to them. It's like once they realized who you were and that you were meant to be theirs, everything in them felt like they were meant to go home. But then a part of them also felt like they went so far, and now they wonder, are they too rough? Are they too off? Are they too strange? So what's interesting is that there's this knowing underneath that they will find that otherworldly understanding in you, but also this fear and this sense of intimidation of the fact that when they twisted you into this person that you weren't, they put you into a position where they felt strong. And you were just another something for them to deal with. You were just like the rest. And they've dealt with that before. But now that they're seeing you in their true light, there is this sense of, do I go after this person to save them, or do they even need me at all? Would they be better off on their own? And yet a sense deep within them that you are not meant to be by yourself and that they need to find you. It is a very sweet energy, but it is almost like I know this is going to sound weird, but the first time a father holds a newborn baby, like first time father, never been around a baby before, and they get handed their child and they're a big man and the child's super small. It's that sense. It's the sense of, I think I'm going to hurt it. Even just holding it in my hands, I feel so massive and just, I don't know, dangerous. There's something about the divine masculine, oh wow, like standing in their power. It's almost like the inner, the God in them, right? There's something in them that's awakened and they feel so powerful and yet so weak because they don't feel in control. And I think that it scares them a little bit now to realize that the answers that they sought were there all along, but that they have to go through you now to get to them. And oh my goodness, they have barely scratched the surface. Okay. So, how are they being guided? Because to me, this is a turning point. I know this reading goes straight across, but the energy feels very much like a corner. And this is the corner. Okay. What do we need to know? I am, wow. Divine Masculine has realized that they are a spirit having a human experience and that they're here to get closer to love. What's interesting is that this is in the universe has your back section. This position is that the divine masculine understands that this is not a weak feeling. This is what they've integrated in the 3D. This is the information that they received that made them realize, oh, everything that's been happening to me is freaking worth it. And the feeling I have where, before this moment of now I can feel it in my hands, like I can feel it in my fingertips and my toes. I can feel the power radiating from me. Before that, when I didn't really honor the spiritual part of myself, I was mad about all the things that were happening to me. I feel like everything happens for a reason was something that your divine masculine wanted to like murder people if they said it. I know that sounds dramatic, but that's how painful hearing that was for them. And imagine some of you know you don't like that saying. So to hear the divine masculine go, oh, everything does happen for a reason. In fact, it's for my benefit, for my good. It's meant to help me. Whoa. Because if you've ever had a spiritual conversation with your divine masculine, you did not know that no, bursting their bubble isn't even it. I don't know. What is that? You pushed a button. You were the straw that broke the camel's back every time. But being able to have a moment and see that the spiritual part of themselves was actually a very strong thing, not a weak thing. Because the only time they ever saw it or felt it or connected with it is in their weakness, is when their ego was so tired they couldn't even handle it. So this is really intriguing. What do we have back here? Wow. So love and consciousness. Look at the energy. This is not how these cards look. You can see that is not, but look at these two. Two of the same. The eye and the owl. It's kind of cool because I got my little owl down here. So it says, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. So I get closer to love, closer to consciousness. This is what the divine masculine is trying to tell you they are closing in on and are seeking. This is what they know to be true and where they feel like the universe has their back for the first time in their life. They feel like someone around them. And again, to think about how big the universe is, right? As they're starting to truly understand it. Something cares. This had to happen before they believed you did. And I know that might seem unfair because some of you would think that your DM would never find spirit or that the only way they could is with you. And I understand that. So I don't want you to get frustrated and think, great, now I have to wait for them to find, God, source, spirit, whatever. Oh, no. Listen to me. Do you know how sometimes God does things to us or allows things to happen to us or allows us to end up in certain positions, however you want to word it, phrase it, look at it, that we think in the moment, oh, this is so painful. This is so awful. How could you? Why could you? Why me? Why this? Why now? Whatever we ask. And then later we'd be like, dang, if that hadn't happened, I would have never seen. And we connect the dots and we're like, whoa, maybe God didn't hate me after all. Okay. That's because we love God, source, spirit, universe, whatever we believe in, right? Whatever we connect to. We love that being of that essence of truth and love. We love that. Divine masculine, not so much. They don't really have those moments. They don't have the look, let me look back and try to figure this out thing. So if they had a moment with you where you had to be there for them in a way that didn't feel like you were being there for them, didn't feel like you were supporting them, didn't feel like you were on their side, honey, they would have felt like you were betraying them. And since you were a person and not a spirit, right? Because they don't see this yet. They would have never have worked with you again. But once they learn to have a loving heart and a forgiving nature towards the essence of all that is and ever will be, they start to embody that in a way that is kind of unexplainable. And now that they have this understanding and their eye has been opened and they start to seek wisdom rather than run from it, when something happens with you, they will be able to say, let me take a moment and figure out why, how, what I could be missing rather than jump and say this person has betrayed me and it's all done and it's all over. That is a pretty big deal. So what is it that they're being protected from? What is it that they're learning to go with the flow in? What do we need to understand about this turning point for them? Wow, this is Follow Your Feet. And if you've ever seen A Knight's Tale, it's one of my favorite movies. Bless you, Heath. This is Follow Your Feet. Follow your feet is an absolutely trust the universe saying. Can I tell you the story of the Follow Your Feet? The young man, his father sent him to go work so he could have a better life. And he asked his dad, how will I know how to get home? And his father told him, son, just follow your feet. Yes, May, that is one of my absolute favorite quotes. If anybody ever hears me say that, that is absolutely where I get it from. And I will see the people standing over him. Yes. Divine masculine has this sense from divine. The divine masculine turned to divine recently, in fact, and asked, how will I know where home is? How will I know? And God said, son, daughter, whoever you are, just follow your feet. You are divinely guided and you know it. So what do they need to know? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's just confirmation. My outer experiences are a reflection. I can't even talk. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Look at this beautiful image. Look at what the divine masculine now understands, the revelation that they had as they came out of the darkness. This is a big thing for someone to learn on their awakening journey. For a divine masculine to have this is absolutely a turning point. No wonder I felt like this was a freaking corner. It's the corner on the Five of Pentacles. Some of you have heard me say that, where they're walking and you see the Five of Pentacles and you see the window and the two people. I always say that there's a corner right there. It's the corner of the church. And they're about to walk and turn and go inside that building that's right behind them. And so it's interesting to see this. It's like divine masculine knows. And it's funny because look at even the colors on the runes. The runes are all kinds of different colors. Like, for real. I literally had everything just out. Well, look at that. Even these are showing up. I promise there's more colors. I don't know why that even the ones that came out were these beautiful royal. All right, anyways, I tried. Okay, so I'm just in awe of this to see this confirmation coming through. So what is the new cycle? They follow their feet. They go down the path. You know, you can really see the moon card here. This is like the high priestess almost. Yeah. This is, and you know what? It's funny because the energy even behind here with the owl, this is very much high priestess to me. So very interesting to see. Like this is the tunnel, the path they walk through, and then they come out here. And that's the moon card. So, okay, focus, Grace. What is it that we need to know about this cycle? This new cycle? What about, and really remember, we're thinking about how they're walking into this vision. So we have to understand how they see what has closed out and what this new thing means, what this next thing means. Physical activity, what is that? And spiritual career. So we're talking about building momentum, really getting things started. 6, 7, 8. This is asking us to make choices and changes that will lead us forward rather than keeping us stuck in the same spot. This is a divine masculine who wants to see new horizons. A divine masculine who is tired of dealing with the same things. So what do we need to know about this? Wow. Okay, this is the, what is that called? Kadoosh, kadoosh. Every time I say it, I always say something funny. I can't remember. All right, anyways. Interesting because this is the image, very similar to the image. This is like one of my favorite runes I made. Can you even see it? It's like the light is on it, right? I really, really love this one. This makes me so happy. But this is about healing. This is about, and again, I see this as a more positive version because if you actually look up what the medical symbols that the US typically uses versus, or what they mean versus what they should be what they should look like, the positive version, they actually should look like this. Okay. That's why I did this way. But this is also, you see the snake around the rod, and it also makes me think about darkness trying to take over your motivation and inspiration. So that's very interesting to see physical activity and then the spiritual career, and you see the snake trying to devour the career. Now, in the end, this actually creates a very strong individual, someone who has been through a lot and someone who has learned to not only be resilient, but how to avoid having to be resilient. Okay. This is someone who's really learned. And again, that to me is this beautiful continuation of this energy. So what is it we need to understand about this next cycle then? If we see them trying to take a hold of what they're meant to do and understanding that it is a commitment to you and the blessing of your dynamic that's actually going to help them through, what are they really seeing? 11. I love that this is individuality because I think in the past, the divine masculine would have struggled to see being with you as an opportunity to be themselves. One of the things I wrote in an affirmation about what ended up becoming Mr. Lightwork, which was insane, but it was something he complained about. One of the reasons Mr. Lightwork didn't want to be in a relationship early on that he gave me was, I don't want the responsibilities and obligations that go along with that title. And I don't have a problem with any of the things that we do. And I would say, well, what's the difference between doing it before and after having that title or not? And for Mr. Lightwork, it was like, you're losing your freedom. That title takes away and it restricts you. And so I remember writing in the affirmation that we are bound. I said, my future husband really, it understands that we're bound, and yet we are completely free when we are together. It is incredible. It's something along those lines. And so to see this makes me kind of think about this as one and the power of being 1 + 1 = 2, which is kind of what I think that normal couples do. Normal couples are 1 + 1 = 2. Twin flames are 1 + 1 = 11. We go beyond what makes sense and we take things to another level. We take things and we multiply, we expand, we find energies that, I mean, again, 1 and 1 technically does make 2, and 1 and 1 also does technically make 11. And if divine feminines and divine masculines coming together means they know how to work with energies to make it bigger, to make it more, well, I mean, that's kind of what they're here to do, and with a purpose, no less. So are we really surprised to see that this healing that comes and this understanding that the divine feminine needs to be a part of that, seeing the word individuality and yet seeing one of the most important twin flame numbers there is, you can see how the divine masculine sees things differently. They say, if I don't get a move on, if I don't get started, if I don't start to build momentum, if I don't start to plant during the right season, if I don't start to connect with my person, if I don't find a way to ground into who we are, everything I'm doing right now will be for nothing. And what's weird is that's not the truth for the divine feminine, but it is absolutely the truth for the divine masculine. Very weird. We're about 100 people different from the likes to the video watchers. So if you're here and you're enjoying this and you think someone else should see it, I'd really appreciate if you could like it. Individuality. This card indicates a need to embrace your individuality and be your true, authentic self. So let's go back to the very beginning. And what did we see? Accepting what is my inner majesty. Believing in who I am and what I'm here to do. Interesting. That now I feel like this new cycle is about me starting to move forward. The only way for me to do that is to acknowledge who I am. If I acknowledge that I'm this king of this vast empire, I have to acknowledge my counterpart. I can't do it without them. That's not what our kingdom was destined and designed to be. So, divine feminine is working to take a break from the pack, travel the road less traveled, or take the road less traveled. Interesting, because we have the sheep that breaks away that I mentioned. And I wonder if the divine masculine saw you in your uniqueness and your difference from the masses and thought you were weird and thought you were, or again, and maybe that was part of their ego pushing you away because their ego was in a low place. So they're trying to just knock you down a peg to where you look like something easy to just toss to the side. They made you disposable, and now they realize that everything you did to separate yourself, really out of love to keep yourself full and high and happy, was exactly what they should have been doing all along. Wow. They're not following the crowd anymore. Instead of feeling like a square peg in a round hole, they finally feel encouraged to build their own square hole, their own plot of land. They're being called to step up to the plate and celebrate their uniqueness. I promise I didn't turn the page. Because their inner majesty comes in recognizing that there's something that only they can do. At this time, they are having more courage so that they can speak their truth and finally march to the beat of their own drum despite the opinions of those around them, including yours. Because it's important for them to become who they need to become right now. There are things that you think you know about them that you're right about. And then there are also things that you think you're right about that you don't really understand, don't know. And because you don't know what you don't know, have no idea that you may be pushing energetically or otherwise. So they needed this time to do this. They needed this experience to find their own strength, to see themselves for who they really are. Who they are. So, they've learned that what others think of them isn't their business anyways, and it's impossible to please everyone. So now they're focusing on pleasing themselves. And I think the beautiful thing about that is they finally understand how you two are connected. And in the past, they went about pleasing themselves, but they didn't see the connection. When they did that, it didn't influence anything. It didn't even make their life better because most of the time they didn't even know what they really wanted. Everything's changed now. And as they honor their individuality and their feelings, they're reclaiming their personal power and enhancing their connection with Source. We just got our answer for what's going on here. And by doing this, they're making their dreams come true. This is their message to you. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Look at where you are right now, where you should be. Think about it from a monthly perspective, a yearly perspective. Okay, we're coming up on a new year. What do we normally do around this time? How can we get ourselves into a healthy state? Look at it in terms of where you are in your life, standard in your society. What's the norm? Are you doing well? You want to be in a place where even if you are weird and different and all that, you're still able to compete in the market with all the rest of these normies, all these people who think they've got it when they're really miserable. How do you think that me as a freaking like Christian psychologist broke into the twin flame dynamic? Because I understood it. I was a twin flame before I started this. You have to really think to yourself, if you want to be a businesswoman, be a businesswoman. If you want to be a musician, be a musician. You have to do these things, and you can't keep sitting back and saying, I'll wait for this, I'll wait for that. Work with where you are. Work with what you're supposed to be doing in the moment. Figure out how to make it in a logical way. Some things are manifested with no work at all, and some things are manifested with work right alongside it. You have to figure out where you are supposed to sow seeds that you leave to rest, and you sow seeds that you're meant to cultivate and do extra things with the ground. You've got to get yourself onto these correct paths. So figure out before you even start to think, what am I really wanting to do here? Figure out what your playing field is. Where are you at right now, Divine Feminine? Because your Divine Masculine's been doing that for the past 2 years. And I think many of you in the twin flame journey have a false understanding of what your playing field is, because you barely understand the reality or the truth of what twin flames are, what DM's job is, what awakening looks like, what reunion is. I mean, a lot of people come into this channel and some of the higher vibrational channels on YouTube, and they're like, why have I never heard this? I've been doing this for weeks, months, or years. So check yourself, get yourself squared away, really assess your life. The mention of gratitude and giving comes up in this message because it's really, really important for you to be grateful for where you are, to be able to assess the reality of what you have on your playing field. If you keep walking around saying, I have no one, I have no friends, I have nothing, then it's the truth, right? Because you keep saying it, and if you're not assessing the fact that maybe you have this whole army around you of people who, even if it's a little bit here and a little bit there, and it's not to your liking, that they're not willing to drop everything for everything you do, but they're willing to do this and that, and they've told you, hey, I'll help with this and I'll help with that. If you're saying, nah, that's on you. You have to make that shift and that change before you're able to use those blessings and really assess the playing field correctly. If you have a divine masculine who keeps telling you when they're coming, but you want the tarot to tell you something different, there's a bunch of DFs here who are going to have some words with you. Okay, you've just got to really be honest and open about what you're dealing with, how you've been responding to things, so that you can see for such a time as this why you're in this position as you come into this new awakening and this moment of realization of it's time to step in, it's time to step up. Because some of you will be so wrapped up in the negative part of it, of the fact that you didn't notice, that you weren't ready, that you haven't been grateful, that you've been doing all this icky, that you'll lose the message. You'll go into a spiral and you'll miss the point of God just brought you to this awakening in this moment so that you could look around and be a perfect ambassador in this exact time. You just had to become aware and go move in it. All right. These cycles are encouraging you to embrace your individuality. As you step into your power as your true authentic self, you will improve your relationships with others and your overall quality of life. Interesting. This is what the Divine Masculine has been working toward, and they're encouraging you now. Hey, listen, I found something pretty magical in myself, DF. And I know you probably knew this about me, DF. I know that. But I actually found some other stuff that you didn't even know was in here. And I think that I might be able to see you now that I'm more magical. As your divine masculine, I probably can see you pretty well. But there are things about you that only you can find, that only you will know. I just discovered that. I just found that out. And I need you to make sure you've tapped into everything you're supposed to right now. Why? Because it's going to help improve our relationship. Ooh, because something you think that you're missing that I'm going to fulfill is actually in you, and you just need to flip the switch, unlock, activate it. Your overall quality of life and relationships will be improved by this, which again, just coming to you as a logical being, it's me, Fiery Grace, now talking. I'm going to tell you that if your relationships and your life will be improved by you embracing something about yourself, this is a personal problem. This is a thing that you can fix and you can solve. You can look at it and say, oh no, it's me again. Or you can look at it and go, what can I change? What can I flip? What can I start thinking more positive? What can I write down as an affirmation? What have I heard in this reading that I never considered that I'm probably going to forget if I don't choose to remember? Whatever you need to do, embrace who you truly are, because it's going to change something in your life that of course will impact your DM, but mostly right now, it's going to change things for you in a way that you will probably be incredibly grateful for once you think back on it later. The affirmation for this is, I embrace my individuality and become my true authentic self. And that's your true authentic self sans DM. That's your true authentic self that you are, whether your DM is in your life or not, whether your DM is by your side or not. And some of you have gotten to this place in your life where and I talk to you about this all the time, and I feel like now we're looking at it from another angle. You are so sad and so depressed, so down. Most people probably don't even notice, right? Because you've gotten really good at hiding behind that smile. But deep down, you're so sad about this all the time. And you think that the universe and your divine masculine don't see through it too. Or that if your DM's not around, that there's no way that they could be impacted by it. But you sitting in negativity and sadness and not figuring out a way to deal with it and just saying, yep, it's my DM, so I guess I gotta wait for them to come back and I'm gonna feel like this until then. By believing that is true, sitting in it and deciding that that's just what it is from now on, you are opening yourself up to waiting for the DM. And when they come back around, the energy will be stale and stank, and no one wants to sit in that, hun. So you don't just get recommendations when the DM's about to come back. You get the recommendations throughout your journey from people and readers like Grace and Mr. Lightwork that say, yo, get a hobby, find something to do, follow your heart, follow your passions. It will most likely lead you into your light work, which will make you so light and so bright, so Queen of Wands like, that you will be attracting so much into your life that would only make sense that your DM just showed up like a freaking magnet. So shift your thinking. If you're already super positive and you're good and you just needed some reassurance, make sure that you are not so addicted to awakening and growth that you take words that aren't meant for you to heart at the wrong time. Because sometimes that happens on this journey too. Especially if you come from an early background in twin flames of believing that if you change, you bring reunion faster. It becomes an addiction to say, oh, is that me? Okay, I'll change it. I'll change it. I'll change Stop. Some of you just needed to know what was up with your DM. But some of you needed to know how to meet them there, how to even believe it. Make sure you know who you are on this thing, okay? Because even OGs have a moment where they might need the message like this. Even newbies might come in and be like, you know what? I actually have some of this. I'm good. Now, let's see. Oh my goodness. What is this? Why not just, why don't we just go ahead and block that person forever? So, look at this. A blessing to find your way. Divine Feminine, the blessing that you have been in your Divine Masculine's life truly has left you, in some cases, weakened and tired and frustrated. Just like some parents have with raising kids sometimes, just like some people have with jobs that they love. Just like, I mean, there's so many different types of situations that could lead you down a path of feeling tired even when you love it or them. And there is this awareness in watching someone love them so hard that the divine masculine was able to understand what you were about. This was where you planted the seed of love. So, what do we need to understand? Look at that. Look at you, divine feminine. I'm lying naked on the floor. What is that? What is that song? I'm torn. Torn. Okay, look. So we have a blessing to find your way. By giving up on yourself, because in many cases, divine feminine, that is what happened. I know we got some people being a little bit upset, a little bit sad. But this is what happened to a lot of us. And so if you're going to come into the chat or the comments and say, I don't know, not me. I don't want to make you get triggered or anything, but you could be triggering other people who this was legitimately what happened for them. So don't do that. Many of us, we could raise our hand happily. Many of us know what we went through, the light that we poured into our divine masculine. And now what we see is what happens when we bounce back from doing that. Because as the divine feminines, oh my gosh, I just heard something so inappropriate, but I'm going to say it. This may not be true for everyone, but it is often spoken of that oh goodness, this is going to probably get, oh my goodness. But this is what I see. I have to say it still. When a man, biological man, typically has a who did what he, woo, it's fancy pants, orgasmic. Okay, when he has that moment, it usually takes a little while to recover. Whereas a women's is typically known to be able to come back as many times as you could work her into that moment of nice and slow and steady into the woo races as many times as you need to. Okay. All right. So just going to say that. So seeing a divine feminine who went through this, like, it's kind of like that sense of being spiritually spent, but having the bounce back. Whereas the divine masculine, if they ever let themselves get this far, do you know how long it would take them to bounce back? Like, do you know what would happen to them? And so seeing this says, listen, there was something incredibly moving and such a blessing about them seeing what they did to you, seeing what them being just annoying in their ridiculousness, just fighting truth, just calling, Mr. Lightwork used to do this where he would call it devil's advocate, but he was just being difficult. I read a meme about that the other day or something. It said something like, to those of you who think that, who believe that disagreeing with everything you ever hear is just a part of your personality, please know that you are one of the most exhausting people ever, or something like that. And it was like, yes, I know what that means. I know people like that. Mr. Lightwork wasn't always like that, but he could be. But you guys know those types of individuals who fight everything that comes their way. They needed to see what that behavior was doing to others before they could ever see what it was doing to them. But then they needed to see you like this. And some of you haven't gotten here yet. Some of you have been here for a while and you're like, okay, I've been holding this pose for a while. What the fuck is going on? I just want you to know that there was a meaning in both of these moments. Your DM needed this as much as they needed to see this. Your DM needed to experience the divine feminine's rebirth, the reawakening, because it showed them in many ways what cowards they were being, but also that if you were capable of this, then what could they do if they really believed all the things they believed about themselves? So what do we need to know? The bread. I love this. You can think about this as like a communion wafer, or like maybe some matzah. Was it matzah? Matzah? What do you call it when you eat the little crackers? I guess they are called matzah crackers. Isn't it just cracked matzah that we eat at Seder? Yeah, I think it is. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. There's a blessing. There is a blessing on this truth the divine masculine has received. I just realized that there is a third version of the divine feminine. That is the one who has achieved all of his or her goals and reached all the aims. Wow. Oh, I'm showing you an empty rune, aren't I? I'm so wrapped up in this guy. Divine feminine, you look boss. You are a killer. Is that an owl belt? I never know. Or is that an angel? There's so many things I see when I look at this. But it's kind of making me think about Ephesians 6, about the full armor of God. And it's funny because you see a divine feminine naked. You see a divine feminine in the midpoint, right, of having this new idea. But then you also see the divine feminine here in this state of fullness, in the state of the cult of, okay, hold on. We're going, and okay, now, does anybody notice that we're going this direction and then we have the turning point and the two cards are the same color and we've got 11 and then we've got fire with this partnership 3 energy? To me, this says that the turning point energy has everything to do with going to the divine feminine. I think even here there is this feeling of distance, this feeling of the vision being a ways out, whereas here you have this turning point moment and now it's like right in front of you. It's, I mean, under the same dang on moon, you guys. Like, this is amazing. Hold on, let's read the blessing and see what the divine masculine sees here. The blessing of fire. And again, this is interesting too, because this is the wands energy, guys. You know, fire, wands. And I like to see that when we have this, you know, the wand here. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Wow. Look at what's next. Look at what the divine masculine sees. This is the blessing you bring to their life. This is what you make them feel is next. This is what they're basing their vision on. Oh my goodness gracious. A blessing to bring passion, motivation, and creative spark to your life and to the lives of those that you touch. Can we call that a light worker? Oh, 300 views. Hello, everybody. Oh, 306. Hello, everyone. Look at this. You see the snake is wrapped around the purpose. The divine masculine is going to remove this creature, okay, or learn how to tame it, okay, however, wherever you want to look at this. And you can even think about it like with Moses and the snake and the staff and the Egypt. Anyway, okay, there's a lot of beautiful information there. But I think that what they are really most excited about is this ability to see that the spark, this inspiration is you. When we think about who the Queen of Wands is or what the Ace of Wands is, it is the I will never go hungry again moment when the divine masculine realizes that through you, through being in this dynamic with you, that there will be no hunger, no thirst. Again, it's not like you're Jesus to them or something like that. It's not that far. It's not a, you know, spiritual, I'm going to be saved by your existence kind of thing. But it's more about the fact that there is someone that craving they have deep down to share a life with someone, that feeling that they have that things would be better if they were not alone. All the things that they have fought and avoided for so freaking long, because the truth is the world showed them they were right. Divine feminine, you cannot sit here and call people karmic and do all this different stuff and then call your divine masculine out and be like, oh, they're so dumb, or you know, they like that karmic stuff. You can't act like you're the only person in the world who could ever love them right and be good and then be mad at them that that's the reality for them. I cannot be mad at the fact that every single person Mr. Lightwork was ever with before tipped him over, that every friend he ever had didn't care about him, He was just another dude, or you know what I mean? I cannot help the fact that his parents just saw him as a kid that got in their fucking way. I cannot help the fact that Mr. Lightwork's life proved him right, and that I was the only one who would ever come around and love him the way that I did. I cannot be mad at him for that, for not believing that I was real, for having to put me through the fucking ringer so that he could believe, like, whoa, this is real. Oh my gosh, crap. Crap. You have to start to see the reality of your situation, especially if you're upset. Especially if you're upset with your DM or divine for making your DM that way or whatever. Use your logic, use your truth, because your divine masculine sees you as everything they've ever been missing. And you see them that way too, but sometimes you don't act like it in the comments, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Like the video, like the video, like the video. Subliminal message. May the many blessings of the holy fires be yours. You want to talk about violet flame of protection and all that? Here you go. May fire's burning passion, its quick intensity compel you into moments of action to make decisions, follow the truths of your heart, and quicken and burn like the flames with the hearth. May you be warmed and sheltered by the glow of these holy fires, and may they spark again and again the motivation we all need to turn the wheel in our lives. May the blessings of the flames that devour the old be yours, and may they burn through the debris of memory, the fallen deadwood of hurt and grudges, and burn through the pain so that many of us feel when recollecting injustices. Oh, that so many of us feel. My bad. May it inspire you to move forward with your life, and may it bring down what no longer serves you. May its crimson heat take light within your own soul and breathe life to the flames within you so that you kindle again and again the sacred inner life which will warm you when all about you grows cold. Whew. May you have rising within you from the radiant heart the fire in the head of the old poets, the ancient brilliance that will allow dreams to ignite so that you shine with that inner radiance. May any fear of fire pass from you, and may the only flames you tend be those who serve your best self. Let any former harm in any other lives from this element pass away now, and let a great spark from the heart of the universe rekindle your love of warmth, your passion, your intensity and motivation. Let your warm heart be a shelter for others who come to you like creatures in the woods come to a campfire. And may the fires within be a place of creativity, of dancing and dreams, of stories told through the flickers of flames. May you always have that warmth and its protection and its ardor for all the days of your life. Be blessed. Wow. There's actually a little footnote here. I'm going to read you this footnote. It says, fire in the head is an old Celtic expression said to have risen from Druidry that describes a state of being illuminated by inspiration. Now, again, the divine spark, the wand of inspiration. Does she have some? No, she ain't got no wand, because if she had a wand in her hand, I would be blown. Focus, Grace. Energy is said to pour from the head, creating a halo all about the head of the inspired one. Interesting. Kind of like this. That's not a halo, but you know what I mean? It is often seen around the heads of poets, musicians, mystics, dancers, writers, lovers, all who are illuminated by this radiant, inspiring fire pouring from the crown chakra. Wow. Okay. That was not expected. The divine masculine are praying and blessing the days that go by. They are wanting so badly to sit down and just enjoy this moment with you, to share in this community, this communal energy. Is that the right way to, this collective vibration? There is something that they sense that they've sensed about you since they first awakened. And I think that they finally understand that you are their fire. And I know you think I'm going to sing an NSYNC song, but I'm not. I'm going to remind you, is that a Backstreet Boys? Ooh, Grace. I'm going to remind you that for the past several weeks that we had been using the infinity deck, that I call it. It's not really called that, but in the infinity deck we use, there has been this image of the divine feminine behind the divine masculine, keeping this raging fire roaring to keep their energy flowing. The Queen of Wands, King of Wands, there's been so much energy surrounding this. And I think this is the message, divine feminine. You are, in fact, their twin flame. And they're trying to reach you and tell you that they understand you are their twin flame. They're trying to tell you they feel the fire. They feel the energy that you have been trying to get through to them for so long. They're trying to express to you that they too, just like you, are feeling this weirdness. Now, they may not go about it by looking up what's going on, sacred soulmate, crazy chemistry in my relationship, all those keyword terms that you searched when you found this, or when twin flames started to get pushed in front of you because you were watching stuff that you normally wouldn't watch because you were like, this sounds intriguing. This kind of makes me think about this guy I've been dating, this girl I've been talking to. The divine masculine didn't have that exact same experience, but they're having that time, that moment now. They've probably been having it for the past, again, if you've been doing this for a while, it's been in the past couple of years. I know you might not want to believe that, but I told you in 2020 what was going to happen. Believe it or not. At this point, I don't care anymore. I can't beg you to believe if you don't want to. What I can tell you is if you're like, whoa, that actually makes a lot of sense for whatever I've been dealing with, whatever I've been experiencing, do yourself a favor and start paying attention to things that can help you with what you want to do for your career, for your light work, for your philanthropy, for any ministries you want to have, whether it's looking up how to qualify for a 501c3 or whatever those are. I don't know what it is you want to do. I don't know how you want to start, but I cannot express enough that this channel, the very first couple of readings I ever did, were all about finances. Very Queen of Pentacles vibe. It's been that way ever since. I had no idea what this channel was going to morph into. And somehow it's almost like God knew that this was going to totally become a major twin flame channel. That's all we were going to talk about. But we were always going to have the coaching underneath. And we were always going to have the Queen of Pentacles Empress awakening cycle, if you will, or I don't know, path or whatever. And I'm just trying to get through to you that if this is something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, you come to the right place. Your divine masculine is trying to get through to you now that they know what you're going to do together. They know what's going to happen in the future. And again, now I can't, I don't remember where it was now, but somewhere in here, there was the message of being able to do for others, having abundance so that you can share it. And I just want you to remember that your divine masculine does not just want to share life, and the vision they have isn't just about you and how amazing you are and how much you're going to be a challenge to them and a competitor, but in the just the most beautiful way, someone that makes them want to be the best that they can be at all times. That's not the only blessing that you guys are going to be for each other. You're going to be that blessing so that you have more of an impact, more to share, more to give to those in the world who need you most. And that's what they're most excited about, is what you two are going to do together. The thing they thought they had to do alone, the thing they never saw was really possible for them, because they just never thought they were ever going to get past just being comfortable enough for themselves. But you've been what was missing all along. You've been the magic beans all along, whatever you want to call it. And the moment they realized that it was okay to trust that inner part of themselves, they finally saw your spirit for what it was and didn't think your 3D self was so weird after all. And now they want to grow with you, but they want to be who they need to be. And I think another reason why you're really being encouraged to be yourself is because they know that once you do that, You will honor them being themselves more. But if you really keep trying to do this merge thing you're trying to do with this 1+1 is 2, that's not how it works with your twin flame. And the day that some of you are able to admit, I'm going to say it before everyone drops off because I know you're about to run. The day that you're able to admit that 99% of us that started this twin flame journey did not know that it was spiritual, even if we had a feeling about the chemistry and the da-da-da-da-da, we just wanted a boyfriend, girlfriend, to have some you-know-what in our you-know-where, or put our you-know-what in there, we just wanted a person. Most of us didn't know this twin flame thing was what it was. Most of us didn't know any of this stuff. And even if I always knew I had a purpose, y'all, that still didn't mean that I thought I was going to be with someone who was somehow connected to it. That's not what I saw fairy tales as, right? You know what I mean? Power couple was still very much a 3D thing. I didn't see it as a spiritual. I did not make the connection, and most of us didn't. Most of us, that's why when we found it, we're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. I want to do it. Hey, DM, you need to hear about this amazing thing and they're like, nah, you weird. I understand, okay? I get where you've been. I just need you to acknowledge that if you push that to the side for your whole journey and you pretend that the way this all started wasn't just another relationship, just another person, you're going to continue to ignore the things about yourself and the things about the way it started and the things about how things progressed in your journey that are very much just a part of the 3D stuff. You're going to miss out on what was really 5D, what was really 3D, what's really meant for you, what's really just kind of a part of everybody's relationship. That you're going to miss the point and the purpose of a lot of stuff if you can't come to terms with the reality of why you started, the reality of how you guys came together. Yes, in the end, you look back and go, no, Grace, I got to tell you, it was sacred. It was all meant to be. You guys, I met Mr. Lightwork under a doorway that's address was 11156. I understand that that's technically 5 ones, but that's the closest to 1111 you're going to fucking get if it's not 1111, honey. When I tell you, I'm not telling you you're wrong, that I get what you're saying. I'm also telling you that when I saw Mr. Lightwork, I had no idea it was going to be this. But I knew I wanted that man. I knew he was mine. I knew those things. And if I didn't have a coaching background where I actually worked with people in Vegas, did marriage counseling, couples therapy, and sex therapy, if I didn't have that specialty, if I didn't have the psychology degree, if I didn't have the, I call it my life sciences degree because it's technically like a social work degree. If I didn't have the understanding that I have of people, y'all, if I had found out about twin flames just a little bit sooner, I would have been sitting here with y'all in the chat. I would have been messed up because I was boy crazy growing up. But knowing that about myself means that I can approach this journey and rightly divide what's this and what's this. So take some time with who you are. Take some time with how you got here. Take some time with what your twin flame journey is trying to teach you about relationships. Take some time. Figure out where you're at and how you like what you're doing, how you don't like it, what you want to do next, what you don't want to do next. And spend the next few weeks of your life getting everything together. Because when your divine masculine comes in, they're going to have a very clear vision of what they want to do next, at least on a personal level. Even if they don't know for you guys together, they know the benefit, they know why they need it, they get it. But at the very least, they're going to have things that they want to do. And they're going to have to figure out how to do it. Mr. Lightwork has known for a while that he wants to do something. He just doesn't know how to go about doing it. And that's going to take a lot of their energy. They're not going to have time to get you out of your funk and try to, mend bridges for months and weeks and days. It's like, y'all got to start to figure this stuff out on your own so that when they come in with an apology, you can actually receive it. So when they come in and they tell you what they want to do in the future, you don't have up views of money and like, no, we need to be poor or whatever I don't know what your view of money is and what's right. Anyways, you need to get yourself right. Because unfortunately, I I gotta say it. Unfortunately, I, as a reader, right? Someone who speaks to collective, someone with 35,000 subscribers, know what you do and don't want to hear, which is why I'm very aware when I'm going to say something that triggers you and I say it and people are like, yep, I know. Do you think I don't know? Do you think you haven't noticed that I go, I don't want to say it? And I know what I could say. I know how I could talk. I've done that for you guys before. Right. Yes. Hello. Now let's talk about, I could do all the voice. I'm not doing it. Not right now. But my point is, I know what to do if I needed to manipulate you for some crazy reason to get you to watch these videos, stick around, and be stuck in a cycle. I'm not stupid, and all I'd have to do is just watch a couple other readers to figure it out. You came into this space with people telling you what you wanted to hear so much that you have a misunderstanding of what this journey really is all about. And now that you're here with readers who say, hey, just so you know, it's not going to be this, it's not going to be this, there's going to be some changes. You know, we hear people talking, it's like, we're not going to romanticize this. There's more to it than just relationship. Hey, listen, you need to also deal with your 3D issue. It can be really, really tough to sit through that when all you want, you already feel bad. You already feel stressed. All you wanted was someone to tell you it's okay for another couple of hours. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where a lot of us are. We're just reading to reading, hopping from good experience to good experience to avoid the moments in between where we're sitting thinking about, where is my person? I've been there, dude. That's why I'm in this position, because I know what you're going through. And what I'm trying to tell you is, if you can find a way to focus on building something for yourself, this isn't where you have to be anymore. If you can find a way to start your purpose and your passion or level it up right now in this moment, it's going to be so much easier when you guys get together. But until then, it's also going to be so much easier. I know there was a lot of you who I've encouraged in the past to start channels. Because I'm just like, hey, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. And now I'm realizing, y'all, it's not that simple. There's a lot of people doing it, and it's not what you're going to think. Some of you need to get rid of the low-hanging fruit of just, oh, I watch tarot all day, I guess I'll become a reader. Why? If you have no interest in doing it, do you know how much work you have to put in? Like, do you know how much of you're going to have to put your life completely to the side to do it? If it's not really something you really want to do, don't just do stuff to do it. Don't do that. If you're going to do something to do it, go start a homeless ministry, because then at least you know whatever you do will bless somebody. But you have to figure out what you really are looking for. And even if it's just starting small, you got to try. If you want to start a tarot channel, go ahead. But you better understand that if you're going to pander to get views and subscribers and stuff, you're going to feel guilty one day. I tell you what, you're not going to be able to live with yourself, especially not after being around a reader like me. You're going to know you're wrong. And if you try to start a ministry like this, I'm going to warn you now, it might be hard to grow it. A kingdom against itself does not stand. And honey, I tell people all the time not to watch tarot. So find your passion and find what you're here to do. Don't just do whatever because everyone else is doing it. Don't just do something because you think it's going to bring your DM faster. Find the legitimate, authentic thing that calls your soul. Even if it's just a tiny little bit at first. One of the first moments where I knew I wanted to have a random acts of kindness ministry was a day I heard a little child. I was in Dollar Tree and he was telling his mama, "Mama, can I please have this?" And mom said, "No, baby, I'm so sorry." And I was in college and I did not have a lot of money. So I was thinking, dang, bruh, I remember them days because I had a single mom. Oh my goodness. I remember no, everything was always effing no, bruh. I didn't get anything. And my mom wasn't on food stamps or anything when I was a kid. So I didn't have sweets, nothing. My mom did not play about that stuff. I remember those days. So this was back when Dollar Tree had the sweets right up under the cash register. And he was like real close to me. And she had walked away real quick to get something. So I put the $5 bill on the candy he just tapped. And I said, psst. And then I didn't even look at him. I just kind of tapped it and I walked out of the store. And he grabbed it. And I remember the feeling when I walked through the doorway, it opened up and I heard him go, Mom, she gave me this. Look, Mom, we can get the candy now. And I just fucking started crying. I was sobbing. And I knew in that moment, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to do this all the time for everyone. And you guys, I'm not even close to that yet. Right now I'm just, $100 to a tip to a driver, a delivery driver and stuff. I know that that's like, oh, but I want more. Find out those things that you have done in the past. Some of you, you can feed families with the extra food you make, right? You can take the hungry mom next door, or the hungry old lady worker, whatever, the plate, or you can buy bottles of water and leave them. So whatever, anything, guys, anything, any way to spread love or goodness, please. Because I am so hurt for divine feminines out there who are like, Grace, I really, really do. Like, I'm not kidding. I do want to do my light work. I really do want to believe that me and my DM aren't just going to be together for money's sake or for, relationship's sake, but just for everything good, for us to do good things together and make each other happier than anyone else could. I want to do that, Grace. I just don't know how. And it's like, bruh, a part of me doesn't believe you because I've never had anything. I've never had anything. I don't have anyone even now. And I find a way, and I have so much empathy for everyone, and I'm struggling to believe sometimes with how much time people spend doing anything else. I don't know. I want you to try harder, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about being perfect. I'm not even talking about your awakening. I'm literally just talking about starting something with your light work. Because your divine masculine seems to be on track here, and they have an idea. There's something in them that they want to do. And if you're not in that mode, I don't want you to have to deal with a longer separation, because when they show up, you're still on 1 + 1 = 2, and you're clinging to them because you have nothing better to do. And you're unhappy because you've been waiting for them to come make you happy this whole time. I don't want you there. And that's not just as a light worker. That's not just as a twin flame. That's not just as a reader. That is as a sister and a friend. And you may not think I'm your friend or your sister, whatever, but I have friends and sisters from my past life, honey. People I deeply cared about, who I wanted only the best for. And I know what finding your passion can do. And I'm telling you, your divine masculine is trying to reach out to you and get you fired up from the bottom up. Because once you get that fire up underneath you, then that crown of fire that was being talked about here can flow over top of you. But I just feel like, oh, honey, you're avoiding the oven. And I don't know why. That's where you're going to go, babe. You're going to be refined. Let it happen. Okay? All right, there was my little coaching. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, we did hit like, oh, look how the likes. Oh, I was giving a lecture and you liked it. Hopefully that was for the video, not for the lecture. All right, it's cool because you know what I just realized? Look at this red heart of inspiration I put up here. I never put this up here, but I just did. And even down to like the colors and stuff. Bruh, I just feel like there's something happening here, and I really hope that you connect with it, okay? I hope that you connect with it. Now, some of you still, someone sent me a donation. Oh, thank you. Some of you still haven't bought this book. It's cool. You're going to be sad when you miss out on it because everyone's already on book 3 and you're only on book 1, but that's fine. You can be a bandwagon late bloomer fan if you want to. I'm trying to do the reverse psychology thing Mr. Lightwork does. Is it working? Does it make you want to buy the book? Because, if you like 50 Shades of Grey, you'll love this book. What else? If you like Janet Ivanovich, Stephanie Plum, you'll love this book. Okay, that's everything. Now, don't forget, Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. Y'all, let me tell you something. Fire, super fire, okay? Readings going on like crazy. phone calls on sale. Dynamic with me and Mr. Lightwork on sale. All of it. Oh, I could do this. I forgot. I'm supposed to do this. So, drafts. Where is it? Oh, I can give something away right now. Hold on, where'd it go? I'm gonna give something away because now all the other people have already left. I'm just kidding. There's a lot of people still here. Where is it? Where'd you go? Oh, please don't fall. Nothing fall over. Don't fall. Just stay. Hold on, I'm gonna give this away. What is it? So this is from Marie, guys. Okay, and it's gonna come in this little thing here, and it's got this. Oh, what is it? We're gonna open it. Oh my gosh, these are cute little unicorn necklaces. Oh, my hands are so dry. Oh my gosh, ew. Don't look at that side, look at this side. I heard about how you guys bother Mr. Lightwork about ashiness. I'm not finna get rolled about my ashiness. Hello, this is a unicorn. All right, so I really like this, like geometric. Okay, so if you like this, I can only mail this out in the United States. Okay, so if you like this, just stick around. I gotta do the thing really quick, and then I'm gonna give it away. So if you don't want this necklace, and leave a ring in the comments. Leave a diamond ring. Leave this in the comments. Don't do it. Don't leave without leaving that. Okay, hold on. All right, so hold on. I got to do the thing. All right, so we're going to do, boom. First thing, we're going to start posting stuff this is this thing. Okay. What is this called? Chat. All right, check the chat. The first thing I just put in the chat is the Amazon review link. If you're interested in leaving me a review, to help me get back up because someone left me a 4-star and it knocked me down 1,000 places. So if you could please listen, guys, I have 30 reviews. I have 30,000 subscribers. If you think that someone else is going to go like my book, they're not. They're just not. Please like my book. To leave a review is free. As long as you have an Amazon account, you can leave an Amazon review. Okay. So again, here's the link. Boom. All right. Now, next thing is, here's how you can buy the book. Now, you do not have to buy the book to leave a review, but if you want to support the book and me as a writer, there you go. Boom. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. So if you want to buy the book, it's right there. Okay, now, we also have a button to join the tribe. If you're interested, boom. You can now join the tribe right here. I think we have like 100 and something members now, which is amazing, you guys. Again, even if it's $1, I know that $1 doesn't seem like much, and yet it's there for a reason. Do you not understand that it is a lot? It is the basis of $100. You need one to start. So please consider even giving $1 a month. If you can't, you do not have to. There is no requirement to be a part of this tribe. None. If all you got from me is watching and you don't even want to like it, I still love you anyways. I don't understand why, but I still love you. Okay? So please, you don't have to do anything to be here, but if you do want to join us and you want to hang out and you want to have special emojis that only members have, join the members. Okay, there's the link for the members. Boom. Okay, there's your tribe. Click it, go. All right, the next thing we're going to do is, here, this next thing is directly to my website. All right, boom. And that's going to take you to all the services I have. Now, the next thing I'm going to put here is, boom. This is to all the stuff. It says 33% off. It's actually 50% off. Ruh-roh. Probably should fix that. Okay, now let's say you're like, Grace, I ain't got it like that right now, dog. Or like, Grace, I already got some readings and stuff from you. Well, there's also exclusives, and they only start at $4.44. So if you're interested in a $4 exclusive bonus reading, you can start there. Okay, and there's also love letters and stuff there, you guys. Awesome. The love letters from 8899 and 1111, bro, have been getting super intense. Boom, this is Mr. Lightwork's website I just posted. Okay, that's there. Oh, and speaking of boom, you also can go here. And Mr. Lightwork and I have a sale going on until the end of the month, so only a couple more days. Boom. This is the Infinity deck. If you guys like that deck I use that has the Infinity on it, this is the link directly to it. And just so you know, it's a member of our tribe who makes that deck. So please, please, please show a sister some love. Okay. There is my Cash App, and I think that's everything. And then we're ready to go. Okay. So who would like this free necklace? Okay. Okay. You guys, it was so funny. So earlier, somebody commented, and because I am giving away a free reading at the end of the month to everyone who, not to everyone, sorry. I'm doing a free reading drawing for anyone who left me a review. So I already did one. Steph won that one. And so I'm doing another one. And so I put a thing up, and the person was like, how is it free if we have to buy something from your Amazon wish list? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean? And I went back and I read the whole post. It was like a long post with every single thing laid out. And I was like, all right, y'all. So I came back. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But if you see this message, guys, that is not true. It is 100% free. So again, you guys, there's all kinds of free stuff we give out all the time. I know that it's like, what's the catch? Sometimes there is and sometimes there isn't. If you leave a comment signature in the comment section, and of course, if you guys want to leave a comment signature in the chat right now, just to show them what that means. If you leave the comment signature in the comment section at the end of every month, I'm also going to pull for a free reading. Again, the only thing you have to do for that is leave your same comment signature, and that's it. Boom. Easy. What else is free reading? Oh, right now, I actually had decided that so I should make this announcement anyways, because if you don't know this, you should know this so you can redeem it. If you have purchased my book between the 24th of November and the 30th of November, you now get not only a free single card reading from me, but Mr. Lightwork, when he heard that I was doing that, he wants to support me. And so he's offering a free single card reading as well. So if you bought the book, that's there again. If you buy it, you're getting 2 single card readings, which even at the sale price is like a $40 value from me and Mr. Lightwork. Okay. So if you did that, you have to email us a copy of your receipt. Okay. Now, if you left a review, you get a free exclusive reading. So if you leave a review, you have to email. And again, that's free. You didn't have to do anything except for leave the review. Okay. And then the reason that the person I think might have gotten confused about what's that called? The book is not available on Audible because you have to pay at least $1,000 or more to have someone recording it, or you have to do it yourself, which takes hundreds of hours. So I haven't been able to do it yet because I'm serving here first and I need to write the other books first. So Audible, if you guys don't like to, or don't have time to read right now, you're going to have to unfortunately wait a little bit longer. But I am trying to figure out if I can do like a kind of a janky version of it where I just read it but I feel like that would be such a waste of time because I'd be like, if you're going to do it once, you might as well do it right. So anyways, but I think the reason the person got confused is because if you buy the book from my Amazon wish list, it comes to me. And so we've had a couple people do that. If you buy the book for me so I can sell it, then you're supporting me as an author because that sale counts as a part of like my global sales count that helps me move up in the ranks as an author. If you're buying it for me, but to donate, which is someone that this person did, then last week, someone actually got the free book that this person bought. So you can buy it on my Amazon wish list if you want to support me or even support the collective. Okay, that is where I think that person got that confused, but that's a completely different thing. And so we're giving away the necklace, and I've just remembered, aren't you guys glad you waited? I'm also giving away 2 single card readings because for everyone who spends $100 or more between the 24th and the 30th, I'm giving away a collective reading in their name. So we have, where's my list? We have this donation from Marie. Then we also have the single card reading from Lisa and another one from Pardis. Okay, so you guys ready? Let's give this stuff away. Steffo, by the way, Steffo, I got your stuff, Steph. I was having such a bad day. It was such a terrible day. Okay, you guys, I know this person's probably not going to watch my videos anymore once I do this, but because unfortunately they don't believe me. I got a download the other day that someone in my tribe was with someone who's a scam artist. And I looked it up and the person exists, and I emailed them and they were like, yeah, this is my DM. And I don't think this person understands that they're actually talking to a pre-written automated marketing funnel. So if you have ever heard of the Extraordinary Chris, I just want to tell you, as a marketing professional, I have a MBA with a dual concentration in project management and marketing. So I've gone through this before. It is very easy for someone to create a basically like pre-written response. This person is tricky because what they do is they send you a questionnaire to fill out, and then like kind of like Mad Libs, they plug in your answers into their response to make it appear personalized. So this person has been manipulating she's an elderly woman. And I thought this whole time when she was saying her DM's name in all the comments that she was just talking about a regular person, when she's actually talking about a guy she's only met in pictures and whatever. So unfortunately, I went through a really tough time with that when I found out it was true, because I've never even thought that could be possible, kind of thing, right? But now I realized that that's how those places are successful. They prey on people who are susceptible, some would say level 7 susceptible. And so I was even more saddened that day when I found out that I was 11, or maybe it was 22. It was either 122 or 111 away from being in the top 100 on Amazon. And that's what I keep the reason I keep asking you guys to go give me a rating is because eventually I won't have to ask for your help anymore. Amazon will do it for me. But until I get into the top 100, I'm not going to be able to stop. Like I have to, if not, my book won't go anywhere. Okay, guys. And so I'm doing what I can. And unfortunately, someone gave me, it was so confusing. It wasn't a terrible rating, but it was still not a 5 stars. And so I plummeted like 500 spots that day, and I was so devastated. And so you guys, it was just like a hard day all around. And then this showed up and I freaking cried. And I was like, Steph sent this for Thanksgiving. Look, get it? Thankful for you. And she knows how much I love puns. She knows how much I love puns. And so she said she was thankful for me. And it was the day after Thanksgiving, and she made my whole day. So I just want to make sure she saw. Thanks, Steph. Steph, you also sent me that fountain, and I actually moved something out of my bathroom so that I could have the water fountain and listen to it when I sleep. So she got me like one of those. What are those called? It's called a fountain, right? Right? Where the water flows and then it flows back up. All right. Anyways. All right. So we're going to give this stuff away now. Steph, you're the best. Steph got this off my Amazon wish list, and if you want to buy me something, you can, guys, but you don't have to buy me stuff to be a part of our tribe or get readings. Okay? Okay, cool. So first things first, let's give away this necklace. I'm really going to ask now, and I want the first person who puts a unicorn, because I think you guys already know me well enough, so somebody probably got the unicorn primed and ready. Put a unicorn if you want this, and it can only be mailed in the U.S., so if you can't mail this in the U.S., you can't win. So come on, people. Bria, how you... All right, Bria, I got your email. I just need your address. Bria, if you remember, email me your address and I can get this sent out ASAP. And this is on behalf of Marie, who is a part of our tribe. If she's here, she'll say something hey later, maybe. If not, Bria, say thank you to Marie. All right, next we've got a free 1-card reading on behalf of Lisa. Lisa is super mega dope, and she purchased some items on the website, over $100 worth, and now she is a sponsor for this 1-card reading. I would like you to post, is this even in there? I want you to post a little sheep. Okay, who posted the sheep? All right, Brianna. Look at that. We got Bria and Brianna. What's up? Brianna, no, wait. It doesn't matter where you live. Brianna, you just have to email me. Hold on, let me write your name down. Brianna. Is it Brianna or Brianna? All right, we got the sheeps. She's got a 5. Well, there we go. 1 card reading. And then we have this reading from Bardis. Fergus. That's another person. All right. This person's reading. What am I? Okay, this one's going to be more challenging. You have to put an eye and a foot. An eye and a foot. I need an eye and a foot. I need an eye and a foot. If you want to win this reading. Okay. Devino. Devino. Devin, did you already buy a reading from me? Is this the same person? I don't know, but you won. Tell me. This is where you gotta send an email to, and you have won. Okay, that's beautiful. This is wonderful. That's too funny. You got 2. If you'd like, since you just won this, if you want, I can upgrade you to a prophetic insights reading, because that is a little bit longer. We go a little bit deeper. It's 3 cards instead of 1 card. So if you'd like, I can upgrade it. If not, I can give you 2 single card readings. Please take the time to think about it, because you may want the upgrade and think that's cool. But then you may also be like, wait a minute, 2 separate readings that I could store one and get one now and one later might be cool too. Take your time. Shoot me an email on, actually, I have what you want. You want me to upgrade you? All right, I'll upgrade you. If you change your mind, you can email me, because we still got a couple names ahead of you. All right. Devin has been upgraded for now to a prophetic insights. Okay, all right, so that's everything. All right, I love you guys. I hope you had a super happy Thanksgiving. Please, please, please do not forget, amazing sale going on right now. It will be the last sale I run until much closer to New Year. So I hope that if you are about that life, that you are about those prices. Okay? Because I'm like John Ralphio, and I like to finish my rhymes with a rhyme after that doesn't rhyme. You feel me? Okay. All right, so I'm out of here. Again, to everyone who has sponsored a book for someone in the collective, for everyone who has purchased a bookmark just to support me as a writer and say, hey, love you, girl, keep doing your thing. To everyone who has donated different handmade hope items or readings. To everyone who has sent me, Stepho, you like the only one who does this, who sends me stuff from my wish list. To everyone who just keeps being a blessing and creating this economy of giving and receiving in our beautiful community. What's up? Keep it up. May this be returned to you a trillion billion fold, my doll. A trillion billion fold, okay? Oh, and E. Smith with the donation to close out the reading. Oh, snap. We in that all, and we got that 337 in the house of likes. Okay, I'm done. 337 in the house of likes. Come on, let's get it to the left and right. Okay, all right. I love you guys. I'll be expecting names and addresses. Ronnie, if you're listening to this message, I am still looking for you to email me. Hopefully I hear from you soon, because I got your book waiting in the box, child. Yeah. Don't forget, leave a ring in the comments and a separate signature, comment signature, separate. Just for anyone who asks, by the way, bye to everybody. But if you want to know, a comment signature is simply 3 or more emojis that you leave at the bottom of every single reading. It's a way for you to support readers like myself who have a YouTube following and a YouTube presence and need your support without having to actually think of a comment to say, and maybe having something pretty so that we can kind of get to know you and your personality and remember you. Because like me, I have a photographic memory, and pretty much the way that I see you guys is not numbers and subscribers. I see you guys as the picture in my head that I have of your comments that you leave. So your comment signature just helps me remember you, and it's a thing we're doing. Okay. So if you want to join, you get a free reading if you leave a comment signature. I pull that on the end of every month. December 1st, I'll tell you if you won, but you have to leave it in the comments. Okay, cool. Love you. Even if you're not in the US, just so you know, you can always win readings. Okay? You may not be able to win mailed stuff to you. You can get this if you're international. I can mail this internationally. I just mailed Fire Chica's Fire Chica 1 her bookmark. So if you buy the ebook, but you want something signed by me that's a representative of the book, you can always get the bookmark and I can mail it to you anywhere in the world. Okay, I'm leaving for real because if not, this is never going to end. I love you. Bye. It won't let me.